and unborn generations to express our deep concerns about the incessant destruction of our forests, water bodies, and the environment through the prevalent incidences of illegal mining, popularly known as galamsey, and the many other unregulated, environmentally degrading activities happening in our country. We are particularly profoundly saddened by the apparent disregard for the interest of the younger generation in the management of the environment and resources of Ghana. As the youth and the future leaders of this great nation, representing over 57% of the country's population, we cannot stand idly by and watch our environment being destroyed and our health and survival being jeopardized before our very eyes. We have therefore convened this press engagement to reiterate our concerns regarding the destruction of our environment and to call on the government and all stakeholders to secure our present and future well-being by immediately addressing this menace. Galamsey, as we all know, is not only polluting our water bodies at alarming levels, destroying our farmlands, and hazardously polluting the air we breathe. It also poses serious threats to the overall health and well-being of the good people of Ghana. Its accompanying damage to the environment transcends the present generation and affects the very future of this country. Firstly, the practice of illegal mining heavily involves the use of toxic chemicals and heavy metals such as mercury and cyanide, which end up being released into our water bodies and soil. This has resulted in the contamination of our water sources and found its way into our farms, posing serious threats to our country's food and water security. Furthermore, galamsey has damaged a colossal amount of forest areas and natural habitats and continues to threaten biodiversity resources, which are essential for the survival of various plant and animal species in Ghana. And the Etiwa forest is one example of such globally significant biodiversity areas which is being destroyed by this menace of illegal mining and the destruction of our environment. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Darubusu. We thank you all, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen.
Small announcement for I understand somebody has got a vehicle number G, like a white car, and that is G90 parked under the tree. So please, it is yours.
The power we have as not only young people, but as citizens of this country. We have the power. The power is from the people. We vote. We choose our leaders. Why do we forget this key trait we have or this key power we have? Things are not going right. Be able to speak to it. Have the courage. Don't do self-preservation. You want to preserve yourself and then the next generation can think about themselves. No, that is not what we are supposed to do. So for me, I'll say that as a young person, the little you can do now, in every neighborhood that you are seeing tree planting going on, if it's close to you, just try and water it. Just try and care for it as much as you can. Now, there was another question too about what will push young people to be able to come out. I don't know, but I think that for Ghanaians, as I'm a Ghanaian here, we are generally people who like to preserve ourselves, don't want to engage in other things that will affect us. But what you don't know is that if today there is a disaster, you don't know if it will affect you in your neighborhood or outside your anywhere. You may not know if at that point, even if you don't live in that neighborhood, you are just passing there. with your car or walking, that disaster can affect you or any of your family members. Maybe that's when you want to realize that you need to take action. Maybe that's when you will decide that, okay, now I need to speak about it. I need to post on social media that is enough and all of that. But I don't believe in that. Don't wait for you to be affected. Immediately you see someone affected, it means that there is a situation that needs to be addressed. Add your voice to it. You have your phones, you have social media, you have so many platforms, powerful tools, especially social media. Use it. Speak to issues. Be concerned about it. And that is the only way we can make that change as young people. Don't sit and relax. It's time to talk. Thank you.